All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. It's Don Kaufman. We're going to start here momentarily, just making sure everybody is seated. Sit down, tune in, turn on. We have hit our official start time. I want to make sure everybody hears me all right, sees me all right. Yeah, look at that. Even turn the camera on over here. So welcome. Feel free again to give yourself kind of orientation of where the question and answer and chat window happens to be. By the way, I always suggest that people do chat in. This is not recorded. This is live. Everybody always asks me that as well. You know, is this a live presentation? It's live. So find the webinar chat in. We'll start here in just a moment. The official start time is come and gone. We'll start here officially. Just going to answer a few questions right off the bat that always come up. But in the webinar chat, maybe chat in where you guys, just the city and state, anywhere or country that you're joining us from. And it is weird that city and state, but yeah, I'm always curious where everybody's kind of joining us from. We always get individuals, Australia, Singapore. It's it's late in Australia. It's really late in Australia right now. So yeah, whatever. Midnight, 1 a.m. It's good for you. It's good. It's a good time, depending upon what time zone you're in. So a couple of people, Chicago, Illinois. All right, we got a few Canadians in the house over here. Fantastic. Awesome. I'm today Naperville. Cool. Very familiar with that area. We actually have one of our associates joining us today. That's right down the street from you. Cool. Couple people from Wisconsin as well. All right. No, I appreciate everybody kind of chatting in over here. Brussels, Peter, I think you're taking the cake today of the furthest distance from at least me right now. Anyway, with that, so thanks everybody for chatting in. So I'm broadcasting live today from Paradise Valley, which is basically just to the side of Scottsdale, Arizona. I live in the U.S. Virgin Islands, but back here for just a couple of weeks. I'm actually headed back to the island about a week from now. I'm going to head back to the Virgin Islands. So we live in St. Croix. It's a place we picked up and moved to during COVID. So interesting place to live when they can keep the power on. It's beautiful. I'm serious about that. You know, they don't put that one on the brochure for living on an island. The power company there, they're not so good. Not so good. Anyway, so some informalities. First of all, I want to thank everybody that found the webinar chat in here. This is a live presentation. You can. I actually like to host these during the live trading session because I may execute a couple of trades right off the bat. But in any regard, as I go into the presentation today, I want you guys to know you can ask questions. I'm reading chat in real time over here, so just be aware of that. And I'm going to fly through a huge amount today, so sit back, relax. This is Ultima Alert. Again, my name is Don Kaufman. This is a high probability income generator, and you are watching a TheoTRADE presentation. Excuse me. A risk disclosure. We're not financial advisors, nor a broker dealer. I know you guys wanted to hear that. But look, the real reason I put the risk disclosure up here, I spent a pretty good chunk of my career on the brokerage side of the business. I'll talk about that here momentarily. A few housekeeping, I can get that out. A few housekeeping items. Look, today I'm going to go through, and I'm serious about this, a tremendous amount. If you've ever been to a TheoTRADE presentation or even this presentation before, I'm always adding to it. In the next 90 minutes, and we're going to try to pack this all into about 90 minutes. I hope that's all right with everybody. And we're going to go through over like 250 slides just after another. There's a lot to go through. Shut the door, turn off Skype chat, whatever else is distracting you. Close Facebook. You don't need to look at that garbage anymore. Kick out the kids. Definitely kick out the kids. It's the best part of doing this, right? Lock the door. The dog can stay. You took the time to be here. Focus. I'm going to go through a huge amount. I'm going to show you how to make returns like IWM 62%, QQQ 49%, Spider 50%. Look, one of the things, you know, it's nice when, somebody shows returns on a slide deck over here, okay? Everything I do today everything I do. And it's so important that you guys get this, okay? I'm completely no holds barred approach. And that is a total open book in terms of accounts. So I predominantly trade on Tasty. This is TastyTrade. I also still use thinkorswim. I'll explain my relationship to both of these platforms momentarily. Anybody here use either one? Come on, chat in. What do you guys trade on? Okay, I don't care who it is. It could be Tasty, it could be thinkorswim, it could be E-Trade. I don't know who you guys use for brokers. It's kind of a cool way to start this off. So when I say that I'm a completely open book, all right. Ooh, S&P's just crossed through lows and more lows. The reason I bring this up, if you know thinkorswim, look, here's my monitor tab. You get to see everything. I don't care whether people are like, oh, it's a P, it's an L. All right. This is the kind of stuff, like no one ever shows the full portfolio. Why not? Okay, what's wrong with showing this? Look, I worked in the brokerage business for 15 years, and for 15 years, I couldn't show my account. I'm thrilled to show it right now because what I do and what I'm explaining and when I'm talking about generating returns like this, I'm serious. When I'm talking about generating returns, it's all for nothing. It's all talk. It's all crap until somebody actually shows you your account. Okay, and we show everything, every detail of every single position in here. More than happy to share with you. Okay, and the multitude of different accounts that I'm going through, you can see P&L from the open. You can see all of it effectively in here. And again, I'll toggle between accounts. I'm moving around upwards right now in terms of positions. I have about $2 million in positions through a multitude of accounts. But before I even go any further, I'm going to tell you right now, I have accounts that I manage in here that I opened with $5,000, just so you can see anybody and everybody can do this. You don't have to have $1 million in your account. So when I throw returns up like this, I'm going to show you how to achieve returns like this. Look, a free gift to you. There's an indicator that I use incessantly. It's called the expected move indicator. Okay, it's bottom line. I will give you the link to the indicator. It's a $500 value. Okay, the indicator is one that every evening video, every weekend update, I refer to the auto expected move. Okay, I constantly refer to this. You know, I hate to even bring it up here. I like to show you again. It's one of the reasons I like to do this during live markets, to give you a feel for where we are right now. This is the weekly expected move in the S&P market right now. We could have a big move to the downside. Not to say that we can't move back up, but this is ominous right now in the marketplace as it relates to the expected move. So expected move kind of handicaps forward risk. It's such a cool, tool. It's not about what you think. This is the option market's depiction of forward risk, right? We're going to give you a copy to the expected move indicator. It's a $500 value. Stay with me right to the end of the webcast, because the auto expected move helped me find a lot of the winning trades. Spiders, 60%, spiders, 50%, QQQ, 64%. QQQ 52%, more winning trades, Qs 50%, Qs 51%, TLT 53%, spiders 50%. Look, all of the returns on these trades, I'll show you exactly where those actually come from. Look, this is why you're here today. So we're going to discuss Ultima. Okay, for those of you, if you've ever been to a presentation here, you'll know I've been talking about Ultima, okay, years. Really, since 2020 is when Ultima, this strategy just cracked wide open, and it's been there ever since. And just look, I'm going to show you stuff today, and you're probably going to ask, why haven't I been doing this? Okay, you need to learn how to do this, because you're going to discover why Ultima is so ideal for the current market environment to potentially generate monthly income. You're going to learn a professional trading symbol that we use every single day. It's called SKEW. I'm telling you right now. You're going to learn how and where to find edge as a retail trader. For those of you that don't know what the word edge is not like a MACD and a Fibonacci and a Bollinger Band. It's not what we think. Edge is mathematically repeatable, okay? Meaning that we can actually show you mathematically where you can define, all right, a particular edge, if you will, all right, which is profitability in a trade, and can actually repeat it. Number 4, you're going to reap the benefits of high probability trades while learning how to mitigate any large losses. And we're going to find what products are the most viable and what products are a recipe for disaster. By the way, when I use the word product, okay, it's a generalization. I don't care whether you trade stocks, whether you trade options, whether you trade futures contracts, whatever you want to trade, okay? We'll show you what products are viable and what products, again, are a recipe for disaster. One of the things I like to cover up front, because I always get caught up, okay, in this questions. And so here's what you do not need. It's weird to start with this, but you don't need a large trading account. Everything I'm going to mention today, and I mean it, everything I'm going to mention, okay, you could do with as little as $2,000. By the way, the $2,000, that's actually a FINRA rule. You're not going to have a lot of time. So I'm going to show you how we can send these trades directly to any one of your mobile devices. So, oh, that's weird, like the green screen. Green screen, there's nothing exciting behind me except it's a wall. But I'm going to show you how you can actually just hop on your phone, look at the trades, fire at will. Trading experience is not going to be a necessity. Look, I'm going to go through some in-depth examples today, but we can show you from knowing zero to the very first trade in a few hours. You're not going to need a lot of margin. So as I said a moment ago, you only have to have $2,000 in the account. The trade actually a tie up as little as $600 in margin. Technical knowledge, if you're not a computer geek, relax. By the way, technical analysis, okay, technical can mean technical analysis or technical. You don't have to be a computer geek and you don't have to be a chart geek, okay? The other thing is we have an incredibly supportive community here that can actually help you every step of the way. There's no hidden fees, no high commissions over here. Commissions are very negligible these days. I mean, nominal in comparison to, even a few years ago. The cost of trading has become extremely small. And we're actually going to talk about risk mitigation. You're not going to have to take a lot of risk. We are incredibly risk averse here at TheoTRADE. We're going to show you how to minimize your risk through and through. So here's a little bit about me. I'll give you just the nickel tour to conserve some time over here. I always start with the conversation. I watched order flow for 15 years, and that is in large part what has brought me here. So when I say I watched order flow for 15 years, okay, I cut to the chase. All right, I was in the startup of thinkorswim. Okay, for those of you that have ever been on the thinkorswim platform, and you've wondered what kind of a nut would build something like this analyze tab, the most feared tab in the entire trading community, I'd be that nut. So early on in my career, I helped build a lot of the tech on thinkorswim, a lot of the tech, a lot of the equations and everything. Not a mathematician, okay? I have a science background, but I grew up around traders. And it helped a lot. So people always ask, like, how'd you get involved in this business? Everybody's got a story. How'd they get involved in the business? There's one guy who was like, I was a taxi cab driver, and then I was a trader. I was a school teacher, and then I was a trader. I was a trader, and then I was a trader. I grew up around traders. I had family that were market makers in Chicago. They started a trading firm. If you are in and around Illinois, if you're in the Chicago area, you've heard of the firm. It was called O'Connor and Associates. O'Connor and Associates started in the 1970s. It was hailed as the greatest trading firm. Okay, it was actually eventually merged with the Swiss bank, which is now the driving force behind UBS. It was a long time ago. Anyway, I grew up around it. I had family that traded on the floor. Out of college, I had no intention of going into trading. I don't mind saying that. I had no intention of going into trading. But 3 weeks out of college, they said, you want to come to Chicago and be a runner on the trading floor? I go, yes, I have nothing better to do. So I did. I went there and yada, yada, yada. I traded in Chicago for a couple of years. I met a couple of traders in the pit. And one of those traders was Tom Sosnoff, his other partner, Scott Sheridan. Sat down, had lunch with them. Next thing I know, I'm 24 years old and working for a startup called thinkorswim. I was employee number 13 over there. I was on the executive team when we took the company public in 2007. I was there when TD Ameritrade announced the acquisition for over 600 million of course, in 2009. And I actually signed a 5-year lockup clause with TD Ameritrade, which was damn good for me. People always ask, well, how come you're still working? I'll work until like I'm probably 105, but I still have little kids too. Not that little anymore. My youngest is 9. That's getting weird to say, but anyway, because this is what I do. Whether you guys are listening or not, I'm usually talking to the screen. The idea of TheoTRADE really came from my wife. I took off after leaving TD Ameritrade. I took off some time, and my wife was like, you pretty much yell at the screen anyway. People might want to actually hear that because number one, it's amusing, and number two, you're trading all day. And that's kind of how TheoTRADE got its start. But prior to that, I got 15 years of being able to see everything that you did. One of the best attributes I only realized late in my career, I got to see everything that retail traders did. We studied everything. Every trade you ever did, we knew whether you're doing iron condors and mambo combos and conversions and reversals and boxes and jelly rolls. People, okay? We studied clients on a very mass scale. Like, we didn't go into your account and be like, what is Mike doing today? That's not how it worked. You basically looked at a subsection of like 1 million accounts. When I was at TD Ameritrade, we had over 7 million accounts. I was responsible for all the education, both at thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade, for the better part of my career over there. And we built education based on watching people's order flow. So what you learn here today, now, is watching billions in others' mistakes and the knowledge of what works specifically for retail traders. So sick of people talking about, I was a market maker. Who cares? So was I. That business is done. It's over. It's gone. Staying on a floor and screaming and yelling. Okay. I'm buying with one hand and selling with the other. It's over. Got to understand what works better, best for retail is very unique. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. If you ever need to get a hold of me after today, go to support@theotrade.com. Look, do a couple of media appearances. This is TD Ameritrade TV. I literally just got off TD Ameritrade TV less than about a half hour ago. I just did a quick media hit on here. That's CNBC. It's one of the most memorable CNBC things I've ever done. I've done CNBC a number of times, but they don't pitch against Kevin O'Leary very often. So I fully appreciated that one. This is Investors Business Daily. This was the cover story, okay, just under a year ago. And it was the cover story because last year was a rough year in the market. It's actually one of the best years I've had since the financial crisis. So last year was quite spectacular. And that's why I made the cover story over here. Look, here's a sample of the trades that in 2022 made us Investors Business Daily to trade us, name us Trader of the Year. Bonds 54%, ES 53%, ES 55%, bonds 64%, ES 51%. And again, I'm going to show you these exact trades and many more just like it. So let's get into it. If you're kind of curious, this was the 2022, the Ultima, which is exactly what we are showing you today. This is the portfolio returns on a $50,000 account. I did 56.6%. It's $28,314.75. So that's a little bit about me. And as I said again, and I'd like to state this time and again, there's markets right now. Okay, one of the reasons I like to do this while we're live, you get to see everything. Okay, P&L in real time, no holds barred. Maybe getting beaten up a little bit in Microsoft here, but I'm making money in Meta, Google. Okay, I've got a lovely premium selling portfolio, and I'm going to just describe that extensively today. Oh, it's working beautifully. By the way, I love to show this because I say no holds barred. Look at the P&L today. What does it say? What is my P&L in the day? Okay, most people, when you sell premium, you can get killed on a day. Look at this. S&Ps are getting hammered on, right? I am massively unchanged. That may sound horrible. It's spectacular, okay? That I am right now impervious to heavy volatility. That's seriously what you want to see in here. So, and by the way, Gene, we'll talk about the margin over here because margin, it's going to be nominal. Market chaos has arrived. Look, market chaos has arrived. It's not going to abate anytime soon. Do you think you guys realize we're in the middle of a major bond crash? Okay, we're not even sure if inflation is cooling. Fed pushing rates higher and contracting the balance sheet. Let me tell you right now, the Fed, they're not going to push rates higher. I think they're done. Who cares? Okay, but they're going to continue to contract the balance sheet. The bond market's doing their work for them. The strong dollar is ripping strong, and geopolitical risks. This is an understatement. Geopolitical risks are completely out of control right now, and all of this amounts to it's just game on. Embrace the chaos. So I don't mind saying that, embrace the chaos. Now, people look at the year to date. Let me throw this up here for a second. Let's go to the spiders. Want to make a quick point. Year to date, the spiders are up 10%. Look around the market for a second. If you look at the Dow is now officially flat on the year. Okay, the Dow is unchanged in the year. The returns in the S&Ps are completely based on 7 stocks. 7 stocks, okay? Without 7 stocks being up so substantially. When I say 7 stocks are up substantial, I'm talking about stuff like Microsoft that's up 41%. I'm talking stuff like NVIDIA that's up 200%. Without those 7 stocks, you realize the S&Ps are down on the year, okay? Embrace the chaos, right? Stock picking, Reddit boards are not going to cut it, right? In 2022, the markets got real. We may have never really exited a real bear market. Those 7 stocks exited a bear market. The point that I like to make with this, you're going to need a strategy that embraces chaos, embraces the volatility. You have got to learn to embrace that volatility. You can't rely on directional bias. Look, I'm not going to sit here and preach today, people, about like charts or no charts or a MACD or Fibonacci or a Bollinger Band. Okay, that just has no bearing in what I do as a trader. Okay, and that is difficult for some of you because you spend all your time like, what do you think the market's going to do? What's the market going to do? Okay, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The more volatility, the more chaos, the better it is for us. Reduce risk while substantiating monthly returns. It's critical. We can't have our neck on the line every single month. Got to go out there. You just got to do a repeatable strategy that works, mitigate risk, that works and mitigate risk. So let's talk a bit about Ultima. Higher implied volatility and skew have resulted in significantly more options premium. Look, bottom line, okay? For those of you that know a little bit about options, and I said options, it's the O word, right? So let's get that out in the open, okay? How many people here are pretty comfortable with options? Anybody? Just say me if you're comfortable with options. Me. And if you are not comfortable with options, say no. It's okay, just chat into the webinar chat. Oh, wait. Just what I need, right? More caffeine, okay? More caffeine. It's like 9:20 in the morning here. We need some caffeine. Cool. Most people here are familiar with options. So, all right. So that actually helps to some degree. By the way, this is crazy. Like not one person has come forward yet and said, no, I know nothing about options. Okay, one. We had one. We got one. Dan. I don't want to use any names, but there's a guy named Dan and he doesn't know. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, Dan. What we're going to show you here is higher implied volatility, higher skew. It's resulted in a very significant edge opening up. And I am going to talk a little bit about selling options. And ultimate trades are designed to sell options premium while reducing risk. And people think that they understand selling options. You don't, okay? Because you hear this stuff through the grapevine. The grapevine, selling options is a great way to make money. But everybody that's experimented with selling options figures out very quickly that there's risk. Am I right? I say that and they go, by the way, I'm saying that, a little facetiously because for those of you that have actually experimented with selling options, what happens when you sell options? You go, I make money. I make money. I make money. I make money. Oh, I get hit, pounded. Okay. It's relentless. How do you make it stop? It's brutal. People make money, and they get absolutely hammered. And then they try it again, and then they throw in the towel. Look, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people here, okay, talk about selling options and so forth, but I'm just going to be very frank in saying we are going to look at Ultima. Ultima, definitely the core of it is around selling options, but how we're going to mitigate risk is critical. How many people, by the way, have ever been through that where they sell options, hit by a Mack truck? Did you get the license plate of the train that hit me? No, because trains do not have license plates. How many people have been through that, though? The livelihood of you make money, you get hit huge. Because I like this because we're, and Left 4 Dead, that's right. So I like this because not only you guys chatting in, which I totally appreciate. Sometimes some people, you light them on fire and they still wouldn't talk, but I like it because we have a group on here that actually kind of understands this. So the core of this is selling options, but the whole key is going to be which options to sell and so forth, which I'm actually going to show you. Like I don't sugarcoat anything here. We're going to get into some details, people. And then I'm going to show you the risk mitigation side of it, which is, okay, you can't do this without risk mitigation. You can't. It's impossible. No one survives. And that's the area people don't understand. The whole entire professional trading world is about risk mitigation and hedging and not making a lot of big and bold decisions. Big and bold gets you, crushed in this business. But there are old traders and there are bold traders, but there are no old bold traders, I think is the saying in here. So today I'm going to separate myth from real, risk, fact from fiction, and selling options premium. Look, for those of you that are new, which is Dan. By the way, Dan, yes, we'll talk about that as well. For those of you that are new, I'll go a little slow. I'm going to start basic. Okay. So for those of you that are new, though, first of all, small accounts are okay. I say $5,000 in a retirement account. Everything I talk about, I want to make this crystal clear. You can do this in a retirement account. You can do this in a retirement account. I'm showing you positions in here. The risk and the risk mitigation is negligible, but for those of you that are new, look, for starters, grasp big concepts, probability, risk. Let's dive into it, right? If you know nothing about options, it's fine. Let's just dive into it. Look, there's a lot of facets of selling option premium. When I say selling option premium, people have heard of it called selling options premium. Some people have called it credit spreads, but there's bull call spreads and bear call spreads and bull put spreads and bear put spreads, right? You've heard of all that garbage. There's delta neutral trading, and you start to get to some esoteric stuff, and people come up with like ridiculous names. There's iron condors, and again, mambo combos, and there's boxes and jelly rolls, and okay, I know it's exciting. They're selling naked. Look, all of those reference selling premium. They do, okay? But I always try to break this down to the easiest thing. And that's, the first example I give you here too is going to be incredibly straightforward. But I want you to know, in this business, for those of you that are brand new, what are there? Okay, there's calls and there's puts. In the end, options is that. There's calls and there's puts, and you go, okay. So why do people have to make it so difficult? Because a credit spread, what is a credit spread? It's a call with another call, or a put with another put with an iron condor. It's a call sold, a call bought, put sold, a put bought. Like everything is combinations. In the end, there's calls and there's puts. What can you do? You can buy them or you can sell them. Why you got to make it so difficult? Okay. Why do you have to make it difficult? Because we're going to show you something here it's going to be very unexpected. By the way, how our members are doing. TheoTRADE, a place with a comprehensive set of resources to study and exceptional instructors, beginning with Don Kaufman. I have a PhD in quantitative economics. I learned more about markets and the economy from listening to Don K. when the Fed spoke than from many of my graduate studies. All these instructors offer unique seasoned trading analysis and insights, okay? And the chat with other members is exceptional, lots of shared wisdom. You can go as deep as you want or stay as close to the shore in the shallows, your choice, okay? It takes a while to make pickles, and it takes a while to gain maximum benefits from TheoTRADE, but it's worth the cost, time, and effort, okay? Several years with TheoTRADE. Anyway, there's another one. I've been a member of Theo, I think for about 5 years, where I had to unlearn, okay, what I learned in order to learn from real traders. That's the one reason I threw this one up here. I want you guys to understand a little bit. You have to kind of unlearn a bit, and that's exactly what we're going to start with. So probability and profitability. Everything you do in trading, okay, whether you agree with this or not, it's fine, but everything you do in trading is based on probability, right? Everything is probability. So immediately when people start talking about trading, they email us every single day. People email me, they go, how often are you right? And I go, I don't know, 90%. And they go, that's ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. You want to be right 90%, just do trades with a 90% probability. You go, that's ridiculous. Look, you can be right 90% of the time, but you can still lose money. Okay. Being right and being wrong is the ridiculous part of this. Like, do you understand? Being right and being wrong is the ridiculous part of this. So probability, okay, which is, that percentage of like being right or whatever, probability alone does not make you profitable. Does not make you profitable. Markets are trade-off. They're always series of trade-off. Higher probability, higher risk. Be right 90% of the time, you can still lose money. But where can you find edge? That's what we want to hit on first. Where can you find edge? I'm going to rip into this first example, okay? Because I want to spend, it looks like I got some people that actually understand markets here. For those of you that don't, I'm going to go the basics. The basics here on this example are going to be fast, they're going to be clean, they're going to be concise. I want you to grab big concepts for those of you that are new. Look, in options trading, you could be a buyer of options, you can be a seller of options, okay? If you buy options, you have rights. If you sell options, you have obligations. Here is a $100 stock, okay? When I say this is a $100 stock, it's a $100 stock. What do you want to know about it? It's a stock. What's the name of the stock? It's called stock. Okay. Stock is actually called stock. Do I own the stock? I do not. I do not. I'm going to go out initially. All right. And I'm going to buy a 120 call. And for that, I'm going to pay exactly $1. Now that thing is going to be good for 3 months. Now, if you go out and buy a 120 call, let's just talk about this briefly, just fast, for those of you that have no experience whatsoever, because I want to bring up not about buying a 120 call. Look, if you buy a 120 call, it gives you the right to buy the stock at 120. I'm going to say that again. If you buy a 120 call, it gives you the right to buy the stock at 120. You pay $1. Okay, but that's $1 on a per share basis. Options trading contracts, this will cost you $100 for the trade. Okay, now a 120 call, you have 3 months. 3 months for what? Stock's at 100 right now. Okay, when I say the stock's at 100, stock's at 100. Where do you need the stock to go? You tell me. Where do you guys need the stock to go to make money? Up. Up and up huge. Huge by huge. From a probability point of view, and I want you to think about this from a probability point of view, is this a high probability trade or a low probability trade? That is the question, okay, in play right now. Is this a high probability trade or a low probability trade? If you buy a 120 call, okay, what do you need? You need the stock to go up because you have the right to buy the stock at 120. Right now, the stock's trading at 100. You don't just need it to go up. You need, okay, a miracle. You need a miracle. You're buying a 120 call. You need the stock to go to 120. Okay, seriously, what's the probability of getting there? All right, to me, it's incredibly low. I like what somebody said, much less than 50%. That is the right answer. It's actually the right answer because you don't know exactly what the probability is, okay? But you know at any given point in time, there's a 50-50 shot of the market going up or down. By the way, I know people argue with that. They're like, excuse me, sir, I have a 618, which is a Fibonacci, and it says that we're going up, okay? All right there, Fibonacci, okay? But in this moment in time, let's say there's 50-50 shot, you know that getting a 120, there's a lower shot. So the reason I'm bringing that to your attention, a 120 call gives the right to buy the stock at 120. Do we really want to buy the stock at 120? No, we just want this stock, if we buy the 120 call, to soar. Let's say the stock goes all the way to 130. Now, if the stock goes from 100 to 130, like that's a huge move. It's a 30% move up in the stock in the next 3 months. Is it possible? Of course it is. People were making a ton of money doing that very trade when, okay, 2021, 2021, people were rocking. You just buy a call and you go, yeah, we bought a call, okay? And, I got on a Reddit board and it was high-fiving people and them days are over. So you buy the 120 call, the stock goes to 130. Look, you have the right to buy the stock at 120. Everybody else in the world has to pay 130. That thing is going to be worth at least $10. Okay, it's worth at least $10. Now I know you paid $1 for it, so you're going to come out, okay, with about $9 profitability. Probability of this occurrence though is incredibly low. So instead of doing that, we're not going to buy it. We're going to go out and we're going to sell it. And for this very first example, I'm actually going to sell something. I'm going to sell it naked. We're going to sell a 120 call. Okay, and for that, we're going to collect a $1 and what we term credit. Let's put that down here. So we're going to sell a 120 call and we're going to collect $1 credit. That thing is going to be good for 3 months at a time. Time out. That's it. That's all we're going to do right now. What do you mean that's it? First of all, selling a call and selling it naked. How many people would think that would tie up a huge amount of margin? Anybody? Would that tie up a lot of margin? Okay. If you just went out and sold a call naked, you do not own the stock. You don't want to own the stock because if you own the stock and the stock goes down, you're going to get killed. You get absolutely killed in that trade, right? So has anybody ever tried that before? Just selling a call, selling it naked. You go, my brokerage firm won't even let me do that. Okay, they won't even let me. They won't even let me sell that. Look, first of all, do not worry about margin. Margin on that trade can be as low as 600 bucks. I'm going to say it again. Do not worry about margin. I will show you today how to circumnavigate margin. I'll say it again. I'll show you today how to circumnavigate margin. Okay. The other thing is this: selling something naked can be very, very dangerous. Now I'm selling a 120 call. That obligates me, okay, to give somebody stock at 120. Do I have the stock? I do not. But I'm selling the 120 call. What's the most I can possibly make on this? $1. Okay. How long would I have to wait? I'd have to wait 3 months to be able to make $1. All I want you to understand is this conceptually. For those of you that are brand new, I can come into the market and I can sell something. Okay. Now, those of you that have experience, it's racking your brain right now. Why would he ever want to sell a call and sell it naked? It's a really stupid trade. Might be. You're going to see here in just a moment. Okay. The other thing you're thinking about, margin. He's crazy. This thing is going to tie up a lot of margin. No, it's not. Don't worry about that. We got you covered. The one thing you realize, that trade has an incredibly what? High probability of success. Trade has an incredibly high probability of success. Bar none, that doesn't mean a damn thing to me. I don't care about that. I don't care that it has a high probability of success. What I care about, how quickly can I make that $1? Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, you sell something for $1, the most you can make is what? Is $1. You have to wait 3 months to make $1. And you're like, really? I just tuned into a session, okay, and I'm going to spend an hour to learn how to make $1? That does not sound reasonable, okay? It's going to sound reasonable in a minute because we're actually going to show you exactly, all right, how this works, okay, and how you can actually turn this into a full-blown business. You're like, how does that turn into a business? Oh, you're going to see. Okay, things are going to get interesting, especially like today's a great day to show it because the markets are tanking. Okay, so I sell a 120 call, and a 120 call obligates me to give somebody stock at 120. So what can happen to the stock? Look, the stock can stay flat. If the stock stays flat, I keep $1. I walk away happy, right? If the stock goes down, I keep $1. I walk away happy. If the stock goes up, even if it gets to like 110, I might wet myself, but I'm still going to keep the $1. If the stock gets to 120, I'm like, ah. Even if it gets to 120 though, who cares? You still get to keep the $1. You don't lose money until you're at 120 plus the $1 credit. Does that make sense? Right? So you start losing money at about 121. But if the stock jumped from 100 and jumped all the way to 130, you're like, oh, I'm losing money. You would lose $9. Ooh, I don't care who you are. That has got to hurt. All I want you to understand at this point, you can sell a call, right? You never had to own the call. That's one thing that newer people kind of fight with too. They go, how do I sell a call? How do I sell a call I never owned? You're opening the position by putting yourself into an obligation. In options trading, you can be a buyer or a seller at any point in time. You can open the transaction by selling the 120 call, right? And it is what it is. So where does this take us? Well, first of all, you may have noticed in my example, I sold options a few months out in time. Why? Okay. Everybody today is talking about what? So what's everybody talking about today when it comes to time? They're talking about 0 DTE, 0 days to expiration, 0 days to expiration. What do you think? I'm new? I ain't new. Okay. They're all talking about this. I'm going to tell you right now, that's the death of the retail trader. You go out and use 0 DTE, you follow a bunch of crazy people on like a Reddit board living in mom's basement. Mom, eat meatloaf. You're going to get killed doing it. And I'm going to tell you right now, anybody in this chat that's in here right now that's experimented with 0 DTE and selling 0 DTE, tell me how you've done. You're like, I was doing wonderful until I lost a lot of money. Okay. Not here to learn to lose money. You're here to learn, okay, how to do something repeatable, how to make it safe. Again, I sold options a few months out. See, nobody ever, look, people, this chat over here, it's just you and me. Okay. Admitting it's the first step today. You can come in, you can tell us, how you've done on 0 DTE. Nothing. Nobody wants to come in and tell any horror stories, 0 DTE. Okay. I know. All right. Oh, wait, here comes some comments. While you're tuning into this webcast, you're going to learn what TheoTRADE really is. We're about criteria. And criteria is zeroing into the right expirations, the right dates, the right everything. I mean, again, you can see a number of portfolios in here. Look at this. The S&Ps are down 50 handles right now. okay? And I'm bringing this up because I'm showing you the entire portfolio, but this is a fairly significant options premium selling portfolio. This is a fairly significant option premium selling portfolio. It's down today, $7.50, okay? Margin requirement, nominal. $5,000 in margin requirement. That's some big boy trades I got in there. It doesn't look like much, right? Till you realize, okay, it's the S&P options and futures. This is a big product. Okay, wait, we're massively unchanged in the trading day. And I love to show stuff like that because volatility, it's pissed off out there today. Just going to throw it out there. This isn't just an aggravated marketplace where we're killing it. We're absolutely killing it in today's marketplace. The volatility, we're completely unscathed. We're going to get you there. Look, people are aware, okay? People are aware that decay kind of works. The closer you get to expiration, the faster the options decay, right? How many people have seen this, right? So if you have this option and the option's worth $3 for a month, the option will be worth 0. And the closer you come to expiration, the faster it's going to decay. How many people have seen a decay graph, right? Seriously, how many people have actually seen this? Okay, this is incorrect for our trades. Okay, I love that. Yes, it is completely incorrect. And you're like, that's lovely. How can you possibly say that it's incorrect? Okay, wait till you see this. This is going to get crazy. So here's where things really get interesting. By the way, we're coming down right now. You're going to watch this on the screen in like real time here. We're going to come right down, okay, to this 4211 level. Okay, there's a critical level here at 4211 side of the S&P. So bring the pain. 4211. You have to scream when we get to 4211 because just that'll do it for me. You're going to find out real quick this decay graph. It's not very accurate. Okay, and you're going to learn what Ultima is right now. So we're going to jump over to a live trading application. I'll use thinkorswim to start. It looked like a lot of people here on thinkorswim. By the way, I use thinkorswim and I use TD interchangeably. For those of you that do not know this, thinkorswim, okay, and TD have the same founders. They're the same people, and they actually have the exact same software engineers. A lot of people didn't know that one. So how could I possibly know that? Because I worked, all right, for thinkorswim, and I'm still in contact with everybody at both thinkorswim and here at TD. But I'll use thinkorswim. It sounds like a lot of people were on it. Works for me. Let's go over to the spiders. Okay, so the spiders. I'm intentionally going to go out 114 days. Why am I going out 114 days? Okay, because in the first example, I went out like 3 months. Let's go out even further. Let's go out 114 days. And I'm going to sell an option way out of the money. Let's do this. Okay, these 470s. So I'm going to write this up here. I just want to make sure that everybody understands this example. Okay, look, we're going to go out and we're going to sell. Whoops, let me clean that up. Okay, I can write, we're going to sell the 16th of Feb. What is it? 470 call. And we're going to sell it for, let's say I can get this thing filled for $1.18, right? That's $1.18 credit. Cool. Let's actually work the order. So the market right now is $1.17, $1.18. I'm actually going to take the order, load it up, confirm and send it. It's a live order, filled. Okay. How cool is that, huh? I just filled on the, I literally filled on the offer. So I scroll up here, you can look at exchange designation. I literally filled that on the offer. I'm surprised. So I just filled that one for $1.18. Wow. And they move the marketplace down. So I'm filled at $1.18. Now, that's it. What am I going to do? I'm going to sit there. Okay. Let's say I sit there for a month. What's that trade going to look like a month from now? Anybody? What's the trade going to look like a month from now? Initially, and for argument's sake, let's say the marketplace is totally flat. Is the trade going to decay substantially? Okay. That's the question. Is this trade going to decay substantially? Anybody? Is the trade going to decay substantially? All right. It's kind of weird to ask that question because we just showed a moment ago a decay graph. And the decay graph, everybody's like, well, no, it's not going to decay that substantially. It's going to decay closer you come to expiration. And unfortunately, Don, your trade is nowhere near expiration. You're crazy. You're 114 days out. There's a reason I'm 114 days out. I'm 114 days out selling the 470s. Do you realize the 470s? We have to get here on my chart. Okay, we got to get up here, 470, up here. Okay, to lose money. When's the last time the market was at 470? Okay, well, back here. Okay, at the all-time high, the market did crest over 470. I just want to see this. So, how much decay is the marketplace going to go through? Here's the answer: a huge amount. This option is going to decay like you ain't never seen before, because what people are missing about the markets today is about Ultima. Okay, so Ultima, I know that when you guys tuned in, you're like, it's the Ultima webcast, right? It says like the Ultima alert. It's an Ultima webcast. Ultima is actually has a meaning. It's not ultimate. Okay, Ultima is the volatility, the volatility, the volatility. And what's actually going on right now inside of markets is options like 114 days out. Okay, their vol skew is all puffed up and it collapses. You just have to know where it collapses. I'm going to show you exactly where. This option is going to decay, and it's going to decay very, very rapidly. You're like, well, really? Okay, watch. What I'm going to do, again, put directional bias aside, because we're going to negate some directional bias, but put directional bias aside. Let's fast forward. What we're going to do is we looked at a 470 call and we sold it. By the way, that's a live trade. That's no if, and, or but. You can see I sold that 470 call. I sold it for $1.18 on the ISE exchange. You can see the exchange designation. You can see everything I've done, right? There's a couple of trades, obviously, I've got in here. A few trades that I'm actually working right now, but I did fill on that $1.18. All things being equal, what's a 114-day option worth? Okay, like for instance, I'm going to open up the 86-day expiration. How many days are between 114 and 86? How many days are between 114 and 86? Okay, survey says, was it 28 days? What is this option worth 28 days from now? All factors being equal. Let's not worry about volatility going up or volatility going down. Let's just say, okay, because volatility is rocking right now. It could go up higher, it could go down a little bit, but all factors being equal. I want you to see how much decay that people are missing. And I like being 114 days out, because 114 days out, I'm selling the nosebleed seats. Man, it's the 470s. These things are so far out of the money. Okay, could the market get there? Sure, but it's like on a wing and a prayer. So I'm going to open up the 86-day options, and I'm going to look at the 470s. Okay, and exactly, excuse me, exactly 28 days from now, what is the 470s going to be worth? Okay, that's all I'm doing is I'm saying you have this 114-day option. Now I want you to look at the same option 86 days with only 86 days to go, which implies that we've done nothing but just fast forwarded 28 days. Does that make sense to everybody? Because that one, that can really, that's a brain buster. Anyway, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to buy back that 16 Feb 470 call, and I'm going to buy it back for 54-cent debit. What am I going to make? Greater than 50%. I can make greater than 50% in what? In 28 days for doing what? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because people do not look, okay, at Ultima. In the retail world, that's where it's at right now. You know, it's absolute sheer madness, okay, stupidity to be short duration options. In the short duration options, you got to compete with market makers and proprietary trading firms. You want to be okay, where there isn't that kind of competition. There's always some edge in this business. Right now in the short duration options, forget it, okay? You just get crushed out there. Things are too fast. People, we're selling the 470s. It's slow, it's methodical. Oh yeah, and it's 50% in 28 days, okay? Can you do that with your strategy right now? You're like, I can if it works. This, okay, can work. And we don't just have to sell calls. Look, I'm talking about calls because it's easier to interpret calls. We can also talk about puts. questions, comments, anything? Does everybody understand how we just made it over 50%? Okay, literally over 50%. You should actually be close. If it's a 30-day, it's about closer to 60% right now. Okay, that's what Ultima is producing. All right, and then you go, well, are you doing it? Look, put the money where the mouth is. Look, there's 114 days, there's 86 days. You see some stuff at 65 days. Okay, this 9-day stuff over here, yeah, we'll talk about that because that's essential, right? I just want to show you, like, there's one portfolio right there. Hold on. Here's another portfolio right here. Wait for it. Here's another premium selling portfolio right here. Okay. All of these are premium selling portfolios. Okay. And you're like, why are you doing the same thing in different accounts? Because we have a big account. It's called TheoTHETA large. We have another account called TheoTHETA small. We have another account called Catapult. These are accounts that literally you can see verbatim everything I'm doing. Oh yeah, and on TheoTHETA large and TheoTHETA small, we actually text out everything in real time. We text it out as I trade, you trade. Okay. In fact, people always ask, like, if this is so good, how come everybody isn't doing it? I like that question. You want to see? Okay. How come everybody isn't doing it? Yeah. How about they are? All I have to do is show you right here the open interest. Okay. Look at the open interest of where I am trading. By the way, I have this position on too, but another account. Look at the open interest of where I'm trading. Okay. Notice anything interesting about that? It's huge by huge. Okay. Again, I have this one in another account. I have this one in another account. All the heaviest open interest. I mean, this is a big product. Like, this is the MES. This is a big product. Okay. And the heaviest open interest, it's where I trade. Okay. How many people are doing this? A lot. Okay. A lot. And again, you can see, everything that I have in my account, everything that I have in this account is traded huge by huge. Okay. Why? Because people are getting the text messages. This is just one of the portfolios as well. Okay. Now, somebody said, like, can you show me the 470s again? Well, all I was basically doing, okay, in there is just saying, like, sorry, I sold the 470s for $1.18. 28 days from now, assuming the market stayed flat, I would be able to make over 50%. Go, but what if we move? I'm going to cover that. What if we move? I just need you to understand, conceptually speaking, how fast that decay is. You're like, really? Can I do it in another product? Sure, let's go to the QQQ. Qs are getting annihilated today. They're down 2%. Okay, that's actually why I'm excited about the day. By the way, to see P&L for me of $13,000 is not exciting. It's all the portfolios are performing today. Like, we're hitting our stride on, like, all of these different portfolios, but like 13,000 normal deviation for a day for me is close to $20,000 a day. Okay, so to see a $13,000 P&L, I'm not like, at all. Like, it's, again, some people look at that, it's a lot. By the way, if you're curious, the size of this account is it's a $500,000. So I have $500,000 in this account. And by the way, when I say I show you everything, okay, you can see my account. The one thing in the account you want it to do is go up in value. Start the week, current place in the week. I know it's only Wednesday and some of this is the weekend, but you can see, all right, from what? Okay, we're incrementally up to the tune of about $7,000 in the week, but the week is still young. There's plenty more to occur. That's a positive, curve in there, and that's important. People look at that and they're like, that ain't bad, man. That ain't bad. That's what you need to do. All right. With that, in the Qs, we could do this in the QQQ. How do you do it in the QQQ? I'm going to use the exact same time frame. Okay. Oh, look at this. Actually, in the Qs, there's no 115-day expiration. Ruh-roh. Let's cruise over because I want to keep it the same. Let's cruise over and see if they have it in the IWM. Here we go. IWM. By the way, the Qs, it would still work, but I don't want to complicate things. Let's look at the 114-day and the 86-day, right? So if I go out 114 days in the QQQ, in the IWM, I apologize. In the IWM, if I go out, okay, let's just find an option trading right at $1. Okay, I think I could sell this, the 188s, sell it for about $1. What are the 188s trading for 86 days from now? Okay, oh, they're great. There's no 188s. They love to make this difficult. I'm trying to make the easiest example here. We'll use the 85s. Watch, I'm even going to write this one up here so you can see it in the IWM. I want to keep this example so similar. Sell the 185 call. In this case, I'd be collecting, I'll use the ask, $1.40. Okay, now that's February, okay? Close that up. Open up the 86-day options, 28-day fast forward. Look at the 185s, okay? Look at the trading for basically 79 cents. Be able to buy them back, okay, in this neighborhood for 79 cents. What am I making? This should be right around, okay, 50%, give or take, okay? And it's give or take. It should be right around 50%. And again, I'm just, right off the cuff. This is not the perfect example, okay? But I want you to see you can do it repeatedly in different strategies. I'm also right now involved heavily in bonds, okay? I'm actually using this in the bond market, and I've got a number of critical bond positions on right now, okay? And again, bond market, wow, it's rocking out there. So one of the things that's somebody said my chart shows they're 117. Yeah, so I filled them at 118. That's right, okay? So if you look at this, the Feb 16s, they are trading 117. I filled them, okay, for $1.18. If I wanted to buy them back right now, let's create the opposite order. I can buy them back right now for $1.16. Yeah, leave it on. Okay, it's good, good trade right now. So the point that I initially wanted to make, okay, is how rapid, how furious that decay rate happens to be, and that the idea of this decay, okay, this is what we term theta decay. And it is viable. The way that we're actually making money, okay, is what? Is actually something called Ultima. That's what Ultima Alert is really about. So we're going to go out and we're going to sell premium. Now, once you learn, and again, once you learn to do this, and I'm using the spiders, okay, as the marquee example in here, where I just went out and I sold, I sold some premium out here. I sold this one for $1.18. It moved to $1.17. That's fine. Okay. Then what's the key to the strategy? Okay. What's the key to the strategy over here? Anybody? Somebody was asking if implied volatility goes up, implied volatility goes down. The way, here's a fun one, Frank. If implied volatility goes up, okay, the option, if implied volatility is going up, it would imply the market's going down. And this thing would probably be trading for a lot less. So Frank, I hope that answered your question over there. But you're not going to have to worry about that at all. So when we look at this, there was another question about the margin. Okay, how can you do this in terms of margin? The first thing you want to focus on is when you see this strategy. All right, when you see this strategy, is it repeatable? And the answer is unequivocally. We've been doing it since 2020. Okay, all right. So we've been doing this since 2020, have the returns effectively to show it, have the portfolio to show it, okay? What's the key to the strategy? Look, here's the whole key. You're not gonna go out and just put on one position. What we're actually going to do is teach you, well, what traders really do. You don't just go out and put on, well, I'm just gonna go out and sell 470s. So if you go out and sell the 470s, what if the marketplace explodes higher? The Fed turns around and says, not only are we not going to raise interest rates, we need to lower interest rates. The market would just freak out. The market would explode higher. Dogs and cats living together, geopolitical risks fade. You get killed in here. You can't just do one of these, okay? You have to look at this business very, very differently, okay? All we did is found a place where there's this great amount of decay. Now you need to learn how to harness it, okay? You need to learn that this is actually inventory, okay? This is inventory, because if you can do it one time, then what's the key? Do it again and again and again and again and again and again as many times. So I always give it like an example of like what inventory management is like, look, this, okay? See this little thing in my hand? It's a fidget spinner, okay? Some people have seen these little fidget spinners, okay? My kids absolutely, like a couple of years ago, love these things. I don't know, a bunch of them ended up in my office, okay? And I'm constantly, apparently I'm the person that likes to play with the fidget spinner. But imagine, okay, I could go out online right now and I can sell one of these fidget spinners for $1, but I can buy them in bulk for 50 cents. What's the key to me making money on the fidget spinner? Anybody? What's the key to me making money on this fidget spinner? If I know I can go out, like I can go on Amazon and I can sell them for $1, and I can easily sell this for $1, okay? And I know I can also go out and, onto another site like Alibaba, and I can buy them hundreds at a time for what? For 50 cents. Okay. The whole key is turnover. Just move, turn inventory. Okay. Imagine that you're opening up, and I'm serious about this. Forget that you're even in the market. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We'll talk about risk management. We're not talking about all that garbage. Forget it. You're not in the market anymore. You're in the fidget spinner business. Okay. You want to get better in the fidget spinner business? You have to learn how to turn inventory. What do you think Amazon does? Amazon, in terms of retail, forget about Amazon Cloud right now, but Amazon, okay, it's amazing when people go to Amazon, they're like, yeah, what's the whole key to Amazon? They don't even give a crap what they sell, as long as they can make 50 cents or $1 in every single item they sell. And there's tens of millions of those items sold every couple of hours. It's ridiculous. They're making, okay, just 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents. We, right here, this is high margin crap. Where can you make 50%? Not 50 cents, it's 50%. It's a huge number. And when you look at it, you're like, well, but what? If you're in the fidget spinner business, okay, and you're making like 50% margins, okay, then you're gonna have to hire employees and you're gonna have to get them healthcare insurance. And then before you know it, you're gonna have shipping costs, and every little bit is gonna be eating into those margins. Now I'm gonna tell you something about in the market. You're going to have to learn something here, and you're going to have to learn how to hedge. Hedge is going to be risk reduction. What we are going to do is we're going to teach you to go out and to do this, but to really zero in on how to mitigate the risk. Because before you know it, let me show you something about markets. All hell could break loose in this marketplace. It's not far from it right now. Look at this. We're breaking all kinds of major levels here, right? We come down from here. It's over, man. It's all over. I have no idea. But I'm going to tell you right now, the more chaos there is, the better it is for us, because the volatility goes higher. The skew actually might go down, but the volatility goes higher. And people go, what if the market rallies? If the market rallies, the skew actually picks up and makes the trade even better. This trade has been rocking through thick and thin. One of the best years I had, 2021, the market was straight up. A spectacular year. 2022 got even better because the market tanked. This year was slow going right here. Okay, this spectacular, this even better. It's been a really, really good trading year. Okay, really kicking into high gear the last couple of weeks. I mean, this volatility that we're bringing over here, this is big stuff. Really, really big stuff. You got to understand though. Okay, so not going to go out and place one trade. We're going to cover that in a moment. Okay, because people are all freaking out. They're like, but what if I'm wrong? Because that's the 90% probability and the 10% hammer. Okay, so you're going to make money like 90% of the time. The trade that we looked at a moment ago, this trade right here, where I just put on a position, I want you to look at it from a probability point of view. The probability of out of the money, it has a 90, almost 3% probability, okay, of making money. I say it again, this trade has a 93%, okay, probability of making money. Well, what could possibly go wrong? It's 90% probability and the 10% hammer. So you're going to make money. Bam, you get hit by a Mack truck. Okay. And that's what people do in this business is they sell premium and sell premium and sell premium, and then they get killed. You have to learn how to mitigate risk. We're going to show you how to mitigate risk momentarily. But before I get there, how many people here want to learn? How many people here, seriously, right now, you want to learn how to not tie up a lot of margin? How many people want to learn how to do this with as small as a $2,000 account? Anybody? Okay, because this is the part that a lot of people don't grasp. Okay, I showed you the example in the spiders, and the reason I used spiders is because everybody knows the spiders. Spider, yay! Spiders are under SEC and FINRA rules. That sucks. Okay, so I'm actually going to go over here and I'm going to type in /MES. Go ahead, go onto your platform, type in MES. You go, excuse me, sir. What is a /MES? It's an option on a futures contract. Really what the MES is, it's another version of spiders. Okay, it's basically the same thing as the spiders. You go, what? Yeah, it's the same thing as spiders, except it's called an option on a futures contract. You go, but it's strange and I don't know it. Okay, it is strange and you might not know it, but it's an option on a futures contract. You know what's cool about options and futures? First of all, there's no day trading margin rule. None. There's no day trading margin rule in here. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want with like $2,000 in your account. Did you know that? Number two, margin in here, nominal. You can do whatever you want in options and futures. The margin is really, really nominal. Watch, I'm going to go into, this is a $5,000 account. Look, this is a $5,000 account we're in. And I'm going to show you right now in this $5,000 account. Look at all the positions in here. I'm selling 3 of the 3850 puts naked, and it's tying up $2,261 in margin. Can you do that? Probably not unless you knew to use the MES. And I'm selling not 1, not 2, but 3 contracts. And then I'm buying a Microsoft trade, and then I'm buying an XLK trade. You're like, why are you doing that? Don't worry about that. That's Sideshow Bob for right now. What I want you to worry about is this trade, okay? It's good. And it's in a $5,000 account, right? And I can do this as little as $2,000 in the account. Maybe you can't do 3 contracts, but 3 contracts is not small. Here's another account. This one's an IRA. Look at all the contracts I have in here. Why? Because it's inventory. Inventory. What's inventory? Okay. It's fidget spinners, man. And I got fidget spinners. They're everywhere. Why? The more inventory I can get on, the more I can churn through. I want to make 50%, 50%, 50%, 50%. That's what you're in this business to do. Okay. Is to make money and just keep on moving. Now, if you're curious on some of these trades in here, I'll deviate back to it for a second. Okay. If you're curious, this is a lot of inventory. It's tying up nominal margin. But if you go out and actually add one of these trades, it's about $600 per contract in margin. It's really, really nominal. Now, if you have a bigger account, bigger accounts, oh, look, I can do this in the QQQ. I can do it in the Spider, but this one would take a bigger account. And you just look at the P&L from the open, you can see everything. Again, I'm totally open book. I like people to see everything I do, every single step of the way. And I want you guys to understand that stuff. Like, look, there are a lot of positions in this account, but it really comes down to premium selling. Okay, because premium selling is where it's at right now. And that's, hey, look, I say this because, you know, what you have to learn, the selling the premium is pretty easy. You just go out 114 days, sell something beautiful. But you got to stop the losses. You got to stop the risk. And what happens to people is, again, they make money. Boom, they get hit by a truck. You got to learn how to do that. Then they come in, they go, I can fix this. I know I can fix it. I hate the word fix. I really do. Okay. I'm such a cynic when it, you know, regarding the terminology of fix, because what you're doing by fixing something is you're taking more good money and throwing it into a bad hole. Okay. Some fixes may work, but the very notion of fixing throws going more good money after bad capital. You got to throw that out like yesterday's trash. You know, if you took a car and drove it off of a cliff and brought the car to a body shop, what would they say? Serious. What would they say? That's a nice piece of junk. Think about that analogy, because trading is the same thing. You got to learn to do this right. And I say you got to learn to do it right. Now, now I'm actually going to show you what I would term kind of the full Monty. Okay. And what the full Monty is here, I'll use the spiders for the example. In the full Monty here, the spiders are trading, well, let's call them 420, right? So 420. Now, I sold the 470 calls. Remember something, for those of you that don't know what a put is yet, but I could also sell puts. I'd sell like these 330 puts. Beautiful. Okay. So here's the SPY. Let's actually sketch this up here, right? When I say sketch it up, I'm literally going to come in here and say, look, the SPY is trading at 420. Okay. I'm out here and I'm selling the what? What did we sell earlier? 470 call. What did I collect? $1. Okay. Simultaneously, I could come out here and sell 320 put. That might be as trading as much as $2. Okay. I was just looking at the 330s a minute ago. I think they were $1.86. Okay. The day's not done. By the way, I'm teeing up to sell those 320s. Now, what have I done? I've sold on both sides of the market. First of all, it only holds margin on one side or the other. From a margin point of view, it holds margin here or it holds margin here, but you do not hold margin on both sides because the market can't go both ways simultaneously. Okay. Now, like the fidget spinner business, let's say the marketplace rallies a little bit. I'm also going to sell, for instance, the 480 call, collect $1. Market rallies up just a bit more over here. And I'm going to turn around, probably going to be selling 330 puts collect about $2, right? So now I've actually sold a couple pieces of inventory before I know it. I'm probably going to be selling like, I don't know, maybe like 310 puts, collect another $2. Okay. Might be turning around to sell 460 call, collect another dollar. What is this? It's inventory. Do not let this blow your mind. Okay. As that looks complicated, right? You're like, oh, I sold this, he 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 sold this. Okay. Yeah. You know what it really looks like in context? Do you know what it really looks like? It looks exactly like my portfolio. Okay. Look, sold a call, sold a put, sold a put, sold a put. And why? How come I don't have any more calls on here? Because I closed them profitably. Then I have something I'm about to show you right now. Okay. Here's the key. Here's the real key that you got to focus on. Somebody said, when would you add those? Remember that expected move indicator I showed you guys earlier? Okay. The expected move indicator, just use the option market cap, handicap when to sell these. I'm going to tell you right now, though, we're going to come down here to 411, or sorry, 4211. That 4211 inside the S&P is a good point to start to sell some premium. So I'm selling premium. What's wrong with this picture? Okay. And I'm serious. What's wrong with this picture? Like the fidget spinner business. I'm selling these fidget spinners for $1. I'm buying them online for 50 cents. And to keep the business going, I had to hire employees, and those employees, I had to buy insurance for them. I had business licenses. It's crazy. There's a cost to doing business here. What's the cost of doing business? Got to learn to hedge. You cannot do this without learning how to hedge. Why? It's only a matter of time before, look, one day you're going to be trading. Okay, the market's going to close here at 420, and the next day it's going to open, I don't know, down here, maybe 350, ba-boom, it explodes in your face. Think about that. How are you going to react? Okay, it sounds really good when somebody comes on, they go, sell a couple here, sell a couple here. Boom, let's go over to the clubhouse. And that's going to work, and it's going to work a lot. But one day, what are you going to wake up to? You tell me, what do you think you're going to wake up to one day? Anybody? Anybody? What are you going to wake up to one day? Okay, these are, this is not up for debate. I'm actually curious. Okay. You're going to wake up to, I like what somebody said, the hammer pain. Okay. It's exactly right. Margin call. That trader is a real trader. Okay. It's like the Grim Reaper. I agree. All right. I agree with all of them. You can't do this without risk reduction. And it's the defining factor. And you go, well, but I'm going to show you how to do this. There are 3 types of hedges, like enter, okay? Enter the hedges. And there's predominantly 3 hedges that I use. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay, the first one, okay, is called a risk twist, or better known as an RTS. The second one, okay, is known as a VIX vol, or a VVS. And the third one, okay, is a gamma iron. And I'm actually using a derivative of a gamma iron right now in this marketplace. Okay. I want to explain though the VIX vol spread. I have that on one of the accounts. Right here, you see this little spot right here? I'm going to lay a tiny little trade on there. Okay. And we're going to call that trade. Let's change up the color over here. We're going to call that trade a VIX vol spread. What is a VIX vol spread? For those of you that know what the VIX is, what is VIX? It's the S&P 500 volatility index. You would know this about VIX. If the market goes down, and I'm not talking down like basking in the glory of going down slowly, okay? But if the market is going down, I mean getting pummeled, VIX is going to go ba-boom, okay? This is the mushroom cloud of hedges on here. It is wild, okay? When VIX gets crazy, this trade could explode in value. If the market goes down, VIX goes up, okay? We have to use hedges. Are hedges going to cost us something? Yes, it's very minute, but hedging, people, it's the cost of doing business. We found places where you're making 50% in 30 freaking days. And in the fidget spinner business, you were going to have to buy, or hire employees and buy them insurance and all kinds of crap, okay, to run any business. Here, your cost of doing business, not even the commissions, it's the hedge. The hedge is the cost of doing business, and without it, you don't have a business. And I want people to see that. You know, you can't drive a car without insurance. Yeah, you can't sell premium, all right, without risk mitigation. What's going to happen is eventually the marketplace is going to crash. When the marketplace crashes, if you don't have a VIX vol spread or a risk twist or a gamma iron, you're going to get killed. What's going to happen if the market does crash? This trade opens up, explodes in value, literally provides, okay, like a parachute or an umbrella to cover not all the risk. You got to understand something about risk. Risk is never a one for one. You're like, I'm never going to have losses. The hell you're not. You're going to have some losses. You know, trading's emotional. You're going to have some losses in here. But I'm going to tell you right now, VIX volatility spread, you could sit there and go, my losses are nominal. They're nominal. And it gives you a chance to think and guess what you want to do in the middle of a crash. Let me ask you something. That's when people go, I'm going to close those positions. Oh, hell no. That's when you're going to open more. That's when there's like a shortage of fidget spinners. And you just have money right now. And you can sell all the fidget spinners you want because you were hedged. Think about it. Okay. People like when markets crash, they go, oh, and the noises coming out of them are spectacular. Right. I spent 15 years in the brokerage world. I think I haven't picked up a phone or answered an email about crashes. I was on the risk management team for all of TD Ameritrade for years. Not just thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, there's 7 million clients. When something horrible happened, like I was involved. Okay. I was always involved. This is where you want to be. When the market crashes, you want to step in there and go, it's go time. You got to learn to sell premium. You got to learn to do this stuff properly. And by the way, to the upside, the market explodes up. We use a trade called a gamma iron. It can actually reduce risk to the upside. Okay. When you look at this, you're like, it looks complicated. You really want to see a real portfolio with this? Forget all the talk. Talk is cheap. Here's a portfolio with everything in it. Close all this other crap up. Okay. This is a portfolio. This is real time. Close up this left side bar. This is the options and futures. I'm going to tell you right now, this is not a small portfolio. This is serious crap. These options and futures, these are big ones. Okay. This, you got to have a $50,000 account to do. The other account that I had up, okay, this account right here, this one you can do with as little, this one right here, MES, you can do this with as little as $5,000. But this is big boy. What am I losing today? $75. What's going on in the market? All hell is breaking loose. How am I not losing more? I've sold naked 1 put, 2 puts, 3 puts. Now this is small, still small inventory, but I have a hedge. Okay, I have a hedge. This is my risk mitigation, and my hedge is coming up in value in a big way. It's one hedge right now. Okay, you want to see another one? I'll show you another one because you want to see like this crap in action. Look. If you had this position on and you were not hedged, you're getting killed. Look at the P&L in the day. You're down like almost what, 5, 6, almost $700 in here on this portfolio. You're getting killed. And it's relatively, I mean, yeah, it's $50,000 account, but it's relatively small. I don't have a lot of inventory on. The hedge here, okay, is called saving my bacon. Saving my bacon. If you want to look at another account, this is a bigger account. Now this one really is big. Because there's a 10 lot of naked puts here, a 10 lot of naked puts here, 10 lot of naked puts here, a couple of hedges. But look at the VIX volatility today. This is actually a VIX spread in here, right? It's exploding in value, all right? It's exploding in value. Everything in here, other than the spiders, is now profitable. Everything is profitable in here because I am hedged. The risk mitigation, it's working. And not only is it working, it's leading me to believe that I'm going to be able to trade more. I just can't stress this enough. You people, look, all right, this is why you want to sell premium. You can do this in a small account under $5,000. You can do that in an IRA, produces positive decay. You can use this to enhance existing positions and just incredibly high probability of success. You don't have to buy or sell stock. You could be wrong on market direction and still produce profitable trades. We're not sitting here talking about, you're like, when do I know to put trades on? Okay, we cover that. By the way, you really want to know when to put trades on? You sit by your phone. All day you're sitting there waiting. Nah, we send texts a couple of times a month and just say, we're putting this trade on, taking this trade off. Okay, look, you need this in your life. There's not a lot of things that, I tell you during this presentation. It's not about MACDs or Fibonacci's. There's one thing though I will tell you, and I will tell you definitively. Okay, those interest rates are going to be higher for longer. Okay, and the chaos, it may just be starting. We're not coming out of this volatility, okay, cleanly. This is going to get a lot harder before it gets easier. You are going to need to learn to do something other than, I'm going to find an AI stock that nobody knows about. Okay, it's impossible these days. Got to learn how to sell premium, manage risk. Look, selling premium, okay, can bring in consistent returns while mitigating risk. You want to learn to do it? We're going to talk about criteria. Before criteria, here's live trading examples. Variations of everything I'm showing you. Everything I'm about to show you can be done with as little as $2,000 in a funded brokerage account, and it can be done inside of retirement accounts. So what I'm showing you right here, just going to throw this up here, okay? Look, this is trades that have been done since 2021. I want to give you a history, a track record, right? Okay, a track record of what? We're actually executing this. I'm also going to bring up, okay, this is TheoTRADE. When I say this is TheoTRADE, okay, this is the Theta portfolio. These are the trades that we presently have on. Okay, the most recent trade was placed 5 days ago, but like, look, the trade before that, you're like, oh, there's almost a month in between. Yeah, but then I did a lot. So what I do is a flurry of trades and then I'm quiet for a while, and a flurry of trades and I'm quiet for a while. Okay, it doesn't take a lot of trades to make really good money here. Okay, this is all of my opening trades, and then down below is all my closing trades. You get to see everything that we do. We also, though, we are capable of sending out text alerts. We can text you, or we can actually do what's called push notification. What's push notification? TheoTRADE has their own mobile application. Okay, so that's a TheoTRADE mobile app. If you're overseas, if you're not in a place that you can get text messages, we actually do push notifications. So every time we trade, you get to see our trade. This is the portfolio that I just showed you, okay? And this is going all the way back to 2021. And if you're like kind of curious where this comes from, I just copied and pasted it into the PowerPoint from thinkorswim. In fact, here, I'll show you where this comes from. It's right here in the account statement on thinkorswim. If I go into like here, let's type in /ES, and let's look at everything I've done for 365 days, okay? So this would be the entire portfolio. If you think like I trade a lot, I've done 86 trades in 365 days, okay? If you want the average, because people always say, well, what's the average number of trades you do? Well, in this case, it's 86 trades in the last 365 days. And it's, you know, to open, to open, to open, to close, to close, to close, to open, to open, to open, to close, to close, to close. People, it's no holds barred, man. I told you, you can see everything. Okay. This is the last year, all the opening and closing positions, but this is kind of hard to read. So I took it and I just copied and pasted every one of them. I'm going to scroll through this fast. Ready? Okay. As I go through, you'll see things like Tesla. I was just using Tesla as an example. Look, to open, to close. And yeah, I'm all the way back in 2021. You're like, what about recent? Okay, we'll get there. Like recently, yeah, I will get there. So as I start to scroll through here, you can see all the different products I'm trading. You notice I use a lot of spiders, a lot of QQQs, right? All the returns are right around 50%. I'm just literally scrolling through. This is 19% loss. Look, at crap happens. It's very infrequent that you take a loss in here. But as I start to scroll through, I'm just showing you, these are the pieces of inventories. Everything's to open, to close, to open, to close. The average hold time is actually just under 27 days. Okay. So the average hold time of a particular trade is just under 27 days. I'm just scrolling through. Every one of these is a trade. Okay. That, by the way, every one of these is done live. So right here, I stopped trading spiders and I started trading ES because ES is a much bigger product. One ES is the same thing as 5 contracts in the spiders. So I trade ES, and I trade ES a lot because it's a much better use of my margin. Okay. And I'm just cruising through here. I trade a lot of bonds, a little bit QQQ. This is a Christmas tree trade. This is a little bit more advanced. This is up the learning curve, but look, $21 credit, close for $3 debit. I'm just like trade after trade after trade after trade in here. Okay. So here we are, another Christmas tree spread. I'm still in 2021, right? 92% return. I'll kind of speed up, right? I don't want to bore you with all the details. Here's another Christmas tree. I like the Christmas tree spreads because it's uniquely my own in terms of what we do here. One unit made $4,000 profit. Okay. But everything that you're seeing right now, as I'm scrolling through, they're all about a 50% return. You know why? I use most of the time what we term GTC. What's GTC? It's good till canceled. I'll set up some good till cancels. In fact, look at my thinkorswim account right now. If you look at my thinkorswim account, I know I have at least one GTC working in here. I do on the XLK. The XLK, I got a GTC working over there. I have another order resting in the book right now. Okay, I leave crap working. Work it, right? Another Christmas tree trade in here. So now I'm in 2022. Okay, as I get into 2022, kind of scroll through here. Look, I only go to like halfway through 2022. You go, what happened after that? What happened after that is Don, that's me, got really like pissed off about copying and pasting these into the into here. So what I did is I just, I'll scroll through here. You can see every single trade that we've done, full history in here too. When I say full history, here I'm all the way back into 2022 now, to open to close, to open to close, to close to close, to close, to open to close. It's crazy. This is where it picks up over here. So I don't want you to think that there's an inordinate number of trades in here. There's not, right? It's actually, if anything, people are like, oh, more trades, more, okay? But I'm limited to, I want to keep this Ultima Theta portfolio. This one is for a $50,000 account. You go, well, I don't have 50,000. Great. You don't have 50,000. Okay. We come down here to what? Ultima Theta small. Okay. And in the Theta small portfolio, what's the small portfolio? That's $5,000. You can do this portfolio with as little as what? 2,000 bucks in the account. I recommend that you do have $5,000 because I shouldn't say the word recommend. I shouldn't recommend anything. You should have $5,000 in the account. You can do it with $2,000. Because all these are like little one lots. Look at that, it's a roll. It's my hedge. I'm a rolling fool, right? And these portfolios, okay, are what you want to do. This is what you want to do right now. And if you don't have a lot of time, it's not a big problem, all right? Somebody was asking me a question about what's it take to generate $5,000 to $7,000 a month. I'm going to cover that in the Q&A. I'll go into detail. Excuse me. I'll go into detail specifically about returns and so forth as we kind of march on here. I think you'll get a better feel. Like, because again, forget about what I think. Let's actually show you real returns. All right. It doesn't matter what I think. It's real returns, because I don't give anybody like, well, what do I think? Well, it depends if volatility is this. There we go. 42.11. Yes. I will drink to that. Yeah, it's monster. But we hit 42.11, which means for me, okay, yeah, this is going to be go time. This is going to be go time. Lock and load here a little bit later, and we're going to play with some positions here. Every trade, every trade that I've shown here today was displayed live at TheoTRADE, okay? Every trade that I've displayed here has been texted out. Trade results, though, are perfect for part-timers. Like, you're not going to have to spend your life like waiting by the phone. And if you missed a trade, don't panic. Like, seriously, today, you missed a trade today, it'll probably still be there tomorrow. I'll be trading at 42.11 for some time now, right? Selling premium is about as hands-off as it gets. You can use good till canceled. A fraction of your time is enough to see good results. And that's changed a lot because we're providing real-time alerts, okay? We are literally popping trades out to you as we trade them, okay? What better time? Not everybody has time to learn a new skill set. If you guys have been around or seen TheoTRADE over the years, one of the biggest differentiating factors right now at TheoTRADE, we started doing real-time alerts, okay? We started building portfolios. Markets are volatile right now. The learning curve, okay? You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about the learning curve. And we can have you up and trading in a few hours. From absolute nothing, we can have you up and trading in a few hours, okay? Because we're giving you real-time alerts. I still want you to understand what you're doing. Just don't do anything blindly, like, go through, listen to a couple of like, hours of some archives over here. But people, selling premium is a wonderful, wonderful hedge for recessionary times. Okay. And that's one thing. Again, is it up for debate whether they're going into a recession? I don't think so. Okay. Markets right now could be in bouts of volatility for years to come. And I'm not saying that to scare you. Okay. I'm telling you, they're going to be in bouts of volatility. Don't listen to me. Listen to the Fed. The Fed is telling you unequivocally what? Higher for longer. What our members are saying, if you're serious about trading, TheoTRADE is by far the best resource out there. If you can't make dollars, you're not paying attention. They even have a hands-off approach to trading as well if you don't really want to learn to trade on your own. Their instructors are the best in the business. Characteristics of selling Ultima Premium. You never have to buy or sell the stock. I mean, that's like undeniably like phenomenal right now because this is a high risk situation. Risk, you can fine tune it to your comfort level. You never use a stop order. You can vary time frames to minimize risk. Probability of profitability is high. Most of the time, trades just go off without a hitch. You know, it's like this business of fidget spinners. Most of the time, you're just shipping them out left and right. Once in a while, the proverbial crap hits the fan and things get real, like right now. And this is where action, this is where you make some money. Okay. As I said, the probability of profitability is incredibly high. It's a perfect strategy to enhance a portfolio. It's a great tool, excellent tool if you're seeking returns to build an account. And new products, which we were talking about, like the MES, now allow for the sale of options in any account size. So building a portfolio of options. Now, do not let the options portion of this intimidate you. Let the alerts do the work for you. Options are always going to be the quickest, the fastest, the safest, the easiest way to get where you want to go in the stock market. Like options are going to be the thing you want, but you've got to use them the correct way. You got to learn to mitigate risk. You can sell premium and it can be done for minimal credits, but the key is the minimal risk. That's why I talk about hedging. That's what this is about. You can sell Ultima Premium. As I said, don't let the options portion of it intimidate you. If you have limited experience, we can get you up in trading in a matter of hours, right? You're going to need strategies like this for the foreseeable market future. That's unequivocal. You're going to need this. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Well, does the market continue to go down? I'm not going to sit here and preach to you about whether the market's going higher or lower. Okay. That stuff's for the birds. It's crazy. Okay. IPOs, the IPO market, it's been the most brutal thing almost in the history of IPOs. That's not going to be there, right? Got to learn to do something. We can show you how, we can show you when to sell premium, and again, in a matter of hours. And more importantly, we now produce real-time trade alerts, okay? Look, when you're learning to do this, you got to figure out what underlying stocks or indices make the best premium candidates, okay? What volatility should I seek out? What options expiration do I select? Stop right there for a second. Have you looked at an option chain? Have you looked at an option chain? Look how many expirations there are right now. Look at this. It's crazy. You can see I'm 65-day, 86-day, 114-day set hike. Okay. You got to learn, okay, the proper places to go. It's, again, critical. You got to know the right expiration. Okay. What should be the delta of the option I sell? What should be the options I buy? Like, how many hedges do I use? How many hedges do I need? Okay. How do I build the position? Okay. Do I need a large amount of capital in my account to do this? No. By the way, speaking of building a position, that's, again, how many hedges versus how much premium selling. All right. Capital in the account, $2,000, you can do it. I suggest you have 5, but $2,000 can do it. What's the right amount of risk for me? What percentage is return supposed to be? 50%. Okay. How do I protect myself from market crashes when selling options? You hedge, people. Did you not see what's going on in this account right now? Okay. It is glorious, because if I didn't have this VIX hedge on right now, it would be ugly. Okay. It'd be ugly without that VIX hedge. It's like a sacrificial lamb, but you just can't do business without it. Let me show you exactly what we do here at TheoTRADE. We create recipes in trading. And more importantly, real-time trade alerts when trade opportunities arise. Okay. Trading is about answering the what ifs. What might be a good candidate or ETF to do this in? What's the correct options expiration? How much capital do I commit? What strike options do I sell? What do I buy? How can I limit my risk? We have those answers and real-time trade alerts. We build recipes. Like TheoTRADE is all about, okay, criteria. Literally, criteria is checklists. If you were going to fly a 737, like literally, if you went in and copped into the cockpit of a 737, nobody looks around. Even a pilot that's experienced, they don't look around and go, throttle up. Okay, this is not like Tom Cruise flying, the F-14 Tomcat when he hasn't been in one in 30 years. That's not the way it's going to work. You got to go through a definitive checklist. Actually, ironically, in that movie, they even did go through the checklist. You got to go through a checklist. Each strategy, each unique variable you're going to encounter. What do we do before the trade? Then, once we get you into the trade, what if the market goes up? What if the market goes down? Okay, that's what criteria answers. So we took this criteria and we've been trading with the criteria for years. The criteria, okay, even comes before like TheoTRADE, where I was using this stuff. I was actually using this stuff back at TD Ameritrade, but we're taking it a step beyond. Now we're actually doing it in real-time trade alerts because people always ask the question, the criteria is so good, okay, just give me your trades. I agree, the criteria is that good, so we give you the trades. TheoTRADE is the answer to your question. We'll give you the right probability. We'll give you how many option contracts. We'll give you when do you close the premium sell? What if we sell off big? Do I bail out of a trade? What if we rally massively? Can I fix a losing position? It's about how, it's about why, it's about when, it's about what price. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's just the beginning of the variables that you're going to face when selling Ultima options for a living. Look, you can read about what selling premium is, about selling Ultima premium. Like literally, you could Google right now, you could Google selling premium. 10,000 pages will probably come up. None of them are going to have criteria. None of them are going to tell you the specifics. None of them are going to be texting you trades, emailing you out stuff like, hey, look, this is what I did this entire past week. We email out a video to you, okay, once a week to tell you exactly what trades we've done. It's all in there. Look, maybe you already know how to build a few trades. Maybe you even know how to sell premium. You're not here for that. You're here, okay, for TheoTRADE's alerts. You're here for TheoTRADE's experience. I now have 25 years trading experience, okay? Access to client order flow for 15 of those years. I have viewed and studied millions of trading accounts, and TheoTRADE is not a one-trick pony. We have 7 other full-time instructors just like myself, okay, that ran the education firm of both thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade for a period of 15 years. And at that time, we had the largest option order flow in the industry. That's where this criteria comes from. And Ultima Trade Alerts is your recipe for success. Following strategy and corresponding criteria requires the utmost attention to detail. We literally spent years fine-tuning the trade setup, fine-tuning the criteria, and now real-time alerts to the convenience, okay, of really any mobile device. This is the Ultima Income Generator Alerts. I happen to be the portfolio manager for both TheoTheta small and TheoTheta large. Now, hang with me because immediately people look at this, they go, it's $397. Yes, it's $397. Before I go any further, this is not all that's just given to you. You're given access to everything that we have done here at TheoTRADE, okay, since 2016. 7 years, okay, of all the classes we've done. We give you a live trading room, okay? Everything is yours. It's all archived. It's searchable. We give you unlimited email access to the instructors, including myself. And I stress that constantly because when I say unlimited email access, if you have a question regarding a trade, email us. Not other education firms, well, we can't really answer trade related. Why not? Of course you can answer trade related questions. Okay, you don't have to go like my dog's roommate's friend has a trade question. Okay, for $397, you think it's worth it to be able to hit us with a couple of questions? Okay, unequivocally, hit us with questions, fire away. Doesn't even have to be to pertain to the TheoTheta or TheoTheta small portfolio. You got a question about a stock that you've got on right now? Fire away. We're there. Okay, there's no one else out there to talk to anymore. What are you going to do? Call up Charles Schwab? Excuse me, Chuck. What do you think? They go, well, we're not paid to think. What are you paid there to do? Well, we can answer the phone, and we can't answer any real questions, but we can answer a phone. There's nobody out there anymore. Okay, it's one of the reasons that myself and the crew here, which is, again, we have Brandon Chapman and Brian Aponte and Todd Sweet, okay, Corey Rosenblum, Jeff Bierman. Jeff Bierman, okay, is also a professor of finance at Loyola in Chicago, kind of moonlights with us. Okay, all of these individuals and Tony Rago, all these individuals are the instructors that help answer the questions over here. Think it's not worth $397 just to be able to bounce ideas off of them? Okay, and you get the trade alerts and you get access to everything that we do. When I say everything that we do, okay, I like to show people this right off the bat. This, okay, is live. And when I say it's live, this is TheoTRADE. I'm going to actually refresh the screen really quick. This is TheoTRADE. Okay,
well, to the upside, it happened many times in my career, and that's why.
And you can see this is Gianni. Gianni, by the way, that's our newest instructor over here. So Gianni live, okay, from Michigan. You can see everything that we do. By the way, you see them all yelling 4211. Okay, honey, I'm home, 4211. Okay. They all know the levels. Okay. It's the level that you're supposed to like scream 42.11. So seriously, like this stuff. Okay. Look at this. Everybody in the whole chat room, they're screaming. There are over 6,000 people. Okay. On TheoTRADE right now. Why? Because we do right by people. Okay. What else? $397 for 3 months. We're not even close. We're going to actually provide something that's going to cut the learning curve here ridiculously for you. Okay. I'm also going to tell you this. Try out TheoTRADE for the next 3 months. If at any time, and I'm going to go through this in detail, at any time it doesn't work for you, okay, just get your $397 back. It's full money back guarantee. There are no stipulations to that whatsoever. Okay. You're not just getting trade alerts. You're getting everything that we're doing here at TheoTRADE. Yes, you get trade alerts. Yes, you get to email us. Yes, you get access to that chat room. We stream for 6.5 hours a day. From bell to bell, we're streaming live. Okay. It's all part of TheoTRADE. Go to theotrade.com/SKU. By the way, it's S as in Sam, K as in kick, E as in Echo W. theotrade.com/SKU. It's $397. Okay. By the way, the question always comes up, what am I really signing up for? Am I signing up for like, it's not a membership. It's $397. What happens after 3 months? You're going to love this. Okay. Is this an introductory price? Anybody know the answer? Is this an introductory price? No, it drops to $297 after that. So why do we charge you an extra $100? You're going to see in here in a second. First of all, to get you on to TheoTRADE and get you up and get you into the text messages, you guys know it's called onboarding. It's outrageous. Okay. But we're going to give you a lot more than that. Wait. Okay. Just wait with me for a second. The income alerts. So the Ultima premium selling portfolio, it's a no holds barred trading approach. You get to see everything I do. Okay. All trades, all opening positions, all closing positions, all hedging positions. You get to see me trade and discuss positions like never before. So all the details are basically in there. We're also now doing the Theta Small. Again, I manage the portfolio. I don't want you to think like there's a trader off in the wings. Okay. There's a trader off in the wings. His name is Todd Sweet. Todd's actually on here right now. Okay. Todd, okay, watches positions, watches our risk, is instrumental, all right, in getting the text messages out to us. Okay. But I am managing these portfolios. And when I say I'm managing, I'm watching them in real time. Like what happens if something happened now? I don't care. I'd be like, time out. And we go in and we're going to roll this, by the way. Okay. Oh, I'm going to roll that because it's already worth $30 with 9 days left. It's gold, Jerry. It's gold. Now the portfolio is starting to kick in high gear. This is getting good right now. So you get to see everything that we do. And I mean everything. Now, here's the biggest bonus I think we've ever done on here. Okay. For those of you, you want to go out, you want to sell premium, you want the highest degree of success. Okay. The way that TheoTRADE, okay, exists is your success. That's it. Beginner's guide. Okay. We set up a 6-week mastermind that you get to attend. These, okay, on average run about 90 minutes. You're like, well, what is it? It's literally you in a very small group with Brandon Chapman, an industry expert, vast amount of experience, specifically in Ultima. Okay. And it's a much more like one-to-one kind of experience. Now, there can be, all right, a small group in there, but you literally get to ask questions on a one-to-one basis. We use Zoom, okay? And it's not even like Zoom webinar like this. It's like Zoom where you can literally look and talk to one another. It's wonderful. It's Q&A sessions. You have the opportunity to ask questions, clarify doubts about Ultimate Trade, skill building, okay? The mastermind focuses on building your skills, confidence, turning you into a proficient trader. Bottom line, without going into too much detail here, okay? You have 6 weeks of just bouncing questions back and forth. You watch a couple of videos, you go to this. The reason we're adding this now, first of all, this little mentorship, we were offering it at TheoTRADE, okay? And we were offering it for $1,000 for 6 weeks, okay? I don't mind saying it. We were, look, if you click get started now, if you wanted to sign up for Brandon's, thing, it's $1,000. We're including it now. Okay, I'm serious. We're just going to include it. If you go to theotrade.com/SKU, it's now included. In fact, I'm going to go there with you right now. When I say it's included, the mastermind begins Monday, November 6th. Okay, you're like, oh, that's coming up. It's 10 days away. Okay, begins November 6th. It's 4:30 Eastern time. You go, I can't make it. Everything is recorded. Everything's recorded. But what you can do is then you can email him with questions thereafter. So you can watch these things recorded if you can't make it to him live. Okay, Brandon Chapman basically is now 100% allocated to onboarding you into Ultima. The reason we're doing this and the reason we're including it now, okay, the clients that are going through this mastermind, okay, their probability of success is through the roof. And for us, that's huge because it's a way that we're not only, bringing you on as a client, okay, people don't leave TheoTRADE that are incredibly successful. This mastermind is going to help you get there. I'm serious. Spend the time in 6 weeks, okay, hour and a half of your day for like what, 6 times, do it. Okay. I know that's, it's a commitment. Listen to the, if you can't make it live, you listen to the recording and you can listen to the recording at like 2 times the speed. He sounds like a chipmunk, but it's worth it. Okay. If you follow me right now, go to theotrade.com/skew. I'm actually going to pull it up here. Okay. theotrade.com/skew. Again, it's S as in Sam, K as in kick, E as in echo, W, theotrade.com/skew. Okay. It's $397. And again, okay, there are 30 riskless spots. I'll talk about the riskless spots here momentarily. Okay, that is to incentivize you, obviously, to enroll today, right? Click add to cart. In doing so, okay, it's going to populate billing information. Please put in a phone number. Why? The phone number automatically enrolls you for text messaging. Okay, it's a single payment of $397. You can break up payments. Breaking up payments costs a little bit more. Okay, doesn't matter. It's still worth it. It's absolutely worth it. Okay, we can go out and probably charge $3,000 for this. No one else. We're onboarding you with a 6-week $1,000 mastermind. Okay, and just basically chucking it in there because we know, okay, you're going to be a successful client thereafter. It's huge. All right, TheoTRADE, completely riskless trade. So sign up for TheoTRADE, okay? It's $397. Just follow theotrade.com/skew. You're getting alerts for 3 months, okay? You get to see Brandon Chapman for 6 weeks, okay, in here. At any point in the next 3 months, if you're not happy, just email us. You do not have to call us. You don't have to send a certified letter. You don't have to do a little dance. You don't have to make a little love. You don't have to get down tonight. There are no stipulations to the money back guarantee. There's one thing like I'm specific and explicit about, right? We want people at TheoTRADE that want to be here. Like, again, I was showing this earlier. Like, check out the chat room. It's crazy in here today. Okay. Absolutely packed. Okay. With clientele screaming 4211 in here, right? It's just absolutely packed in here at any given point, right? Although there's 6,000 right now, 6,000 clientele of TheoTRADE at any given day, there's anywhere between 3,000 and 4,000 different individuals inside of that chat room. You don't have to enter in there. If that's not your thing, it's fine. Okay. But it's there for you. And we're streaming live to you and talking about trades in real time. There's no stipulations to the money back guarantee. There's no excuses. There's no questions. You can literally just email us and say, refund. That's fine with us. It's okay. As I said, we want people that want to be here. We want people that want to go out to learn to sell premium. And again, all of this can be done off the convenience of your mobile device. That is also one of the big differentiating factors. Some of the trades, you didn't used to be able to play so easily off of a mobile device. You'd have to think about it now. Oh, forget it. I think the mobile app for like Tasty, okay, in my opinion, the mobile app for Tasty is phenomenal, all right? And what we're doing now is we built, again, our own mobile application that allows for push notification, okay? And you have the exact details of the trade. You just transpose that into your trading application, you're ready to roll. So the Ultima alert, okay, convenience of any mobile device. Yes, we have Android. Yes, obviously we have Apple. This is what the portfolio looks like. The 2022 Ultima portfolio returns on a $50,000 account is 56.6%, $28,314.75. We give you weekly update videos as well. Okay. So when I say weekly update videos, what we're basically doing is we're coming in here And every Friday, I just give you a 12-minute update of everything I've done. Don't think that you have to sit in front of the phone. Like again, like, oh, I need to get in front of my phone. Don't panic. It's pretty hands off when it comes to the trades. Like today, when it's really volatile like today, yeah, today you can expect a trade. And today I'll probably execute. But if you miss something, don't worry about it. You can even get it the next day, the day after that. But these 12-minute videos come out at the end of the week just to update you and get you into the head of everything that I'm going to do. This is what text messages look like. You're kind of curious, like, what does a text message? So when we send out a message, okay, apparently this message, I went back a couple of weeks here. This message came out August 17th. Not even sure why I selected this one. This is the TheoTRADE small portfolio. The message is part 1 and part 2. This, okay, happened to be a hedge. This is the sale of premium. So work orders aggressively for a fill. Okay, it was a really volatile time. This is a closing order. This is actually getting out for a 50% profit. It's that easy. TheoTRADE strategy, Don K. It actually labels, okay, who the trader is. All right. This is a closing order. Buy the 4750 call for the Nov 17. Done. Okay. Here's another closing order. Buy the 4900 call, 50%. Done. Okay. Only if you have an existing hedge from previous Ultima trade. I was selling more premium and telling people only do the trade if you have the hedge on. It's that easy. Look, this comes from Paul M. The education is second to none. And if you're a novice when it comes to markets and trading, the training material is superb, professional, organized, and written in plain English. The professionals at TheoTRADE have all the content, okay, that can get you to whatever level. You want to take your trading, investing, education, and skill too. Been a member for 3 years and I'm still growing, learning, really enjoying the experience. This one comes from a gentleman in Australia, okay, and live in Western Australia, current TheoTRADE member, completed a masterclass, okay, currently, okay, live on Tasty, he uses Tasty Trade, Ultima strategy, grown trading account from $18,000 to $31,000 in 12 months using the micro S&Ps. Okay, now starting to step up into the S&Ps, being mindful of the 30% margin rule. Okay, one of our members is saying this one comes from Jim. I've traded options on futures for several years and now, okay, grow a small account was a great review. Okay, so growing a small account with micros is a class that you absolutely have access to. Still trade my PM account on TOS and started trading in Tasty. Okay, I've learned more about Tasty Trade today through the review. Okay, good stuff. For instance, I trade my daughter's futures account for her, ES micros only, doubled the value. Okay, in 2 years, even through 2022, the inflection spread saved my day twice. Anyway, I wanted to pass along today's class was great. Okay, just wanted to throw that out from Jim. All right, last one over here. Okay, I want to thank all the different staff point of view. This year I did more of what works, less of what didn't. Okay, thanks to your premium selling, inflection point spreads, I took $12,000 to over $32,000 in 18 months, and I've been doing your method again. Thanks so much. Okay, apparently I have another one over here. Okay, been a member of TheoTRADE and a student of several mentorships, about 2.5 years, quite satisfied, enthusiastic. Okay, TheoTRADE is very inexpensive for what it provides. The results pay for the costs involved many times over. Look, get into TheoTRADE now. We're going to work with you directly. We provide 30 spots on the TheoTRADE riskless deal. What does that basically mean? Breaks down to the fact that to incentivize those of you that are enrolling today, we have a lot of people, okay, that are live with us right now. We give you 30 riskless spots. Okay, once those 30 spots are filled, that's it. We're out of the contest. And we do that again to incentivize people to roll. Look, there's no risk to you. When I say that there's no risk to you, there's a no stipulations money back guarantee. And we always throw that in here. Okay, we give you unlimited email mentoring. And again, to cruise around TheoTRADE a little bit, you get access to everything that we do here on TheoTRADE. When I say access, like this start here menu, right? What's start here? You know nothing about options, start here. Want to see what our classes look like? If you're kind of curious so much as to the classes, come in here, open up the classes, right? If you're an options geek, an options newbie, technical analysis, all of these you have access to. We even have mindset and trading, okay? One class in this mindset and trading. I put a lot of weight in some of the other instructors. We actually have Slim Miller, and he has the 5 essential building blocks to successful trading. okay, that class alone, okay, is worth $2,000 to $3,000. You realize Brandon Chapman, I didn't even talk too much about Brandon. Brandon Chapman, that is the instructor, okay, for this mastermind. He used to actually teach a class at TD Ameritrade. It cost $24,000 for an 18-month class. He'll tell you get more out of this. I'm serious, $24,000. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. $24,000 for 18 months. You're getting more than that here. It's 397 bucks. Okay. There's nothing that even comes close to the level of education that we're providing here at TheoTRADE. You can go out and you can spend tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even going to come close. And again, unlimited email mentoring, and the $397 riskless offer has never been available before with Ultima income generator alerts and the beginner's guide to Ultima Trades mastermind. Okay. And that mastermind is just part of it. It's part of the $397. Okay. Text messages will be sent from the following phone numbers. Just know that when you get a text message, it's coming from a 602 number. We decided to use a number here in Arizona instead of, again, I live in the Virgin Islands. It's kind of weird when the text message comes from Virgin Islands because nobody's ever seen the area code before. We also have text messaging set up in Canada. Again, go to TheoTRADE.com, TheoTRADE.com/SKU. Somebody was saying, where do I sign up? TheoTRADE.com/SKU. Okay. And as you pop in here, just click simply add to cart. Clicking add to cart, the enrollment form, okay, will be right there. Remember, include your phone number. Now, I'm going to answer a couple of questions here momentarily on this particular front. If there's any questions about the site, okay. Oh, Dan was saying in Germany, is it okay? Yes, you're fine in Germany. The only thing is, okay, you want a decent brokerage firm. And what's kind of cool is we can help on that particular front substantially. So if you're overseas and so forth, okay, again, I think you guys will appreciate some of the brokerage firms we work with. So Dan, no problem whatsoever. We've got plenty of clients in Australia, Singapore, Europe. We get into weird places, from time to time, which are countries that off the beaten path, countries that are on the watch list to the United States. As long as you're probably not from, some countries on the watch list, you're good to go. Anyway, subscriber for 4 years. This is the only organization that has actually taught me how to consistently make money in the markets. Now I'm going to answer some generalized questions. Okay, and then I'm going to answer some specific questions in here. I will also be happy. I'm going to read off a couple of names. As I said, there are 30 riskless spots available. As I said, there's 30 riskless spots available. I'm going to read off the first name and the first letter of your last name. Okay, just to confirm we're seeing you enrolled right now. It takes me, and again, I've actually got it on my phone here. It takes me about 5 to 7 minutes from the time that you enroll. It takes me about 5 to 7 minutes before I actually see your name populate on my phone. I'm actually in our database right now, but I'm going to read off a couple of names, and then I'm going to answer general questions, and then I'm going to answer some specific questions for you guys. The first batch of names over here, okay? So let me pull it up on my main screen. This is easier from my phone, okay? Ed T from Pennsylvania, Larry W from Florida, Sean C from New York, James K from Florida, Maura B from Pennsylvania, Kenneth S from Florida, John C from Virginia, Mike H from Illinois, David B from Wisconsin. Just reading off that first batch of names so everybody sees, like, I can see that you're in here to let you guys know you're enrolled. You should get emailed, password, everything. You'll be able to access the site almost immediately. Feel free, you can just jump into the live chat room. It's chaos though in there today, so just be aware of that. It is chaos too. This is some big volatility today. We like these kinds of days. It really opens up the marketplace. In fact, right now live should be Tony Rago. Rago, let me refresh here. Rago is a futures trader. He trades futures all day. He's coming on right now. Intro music. Sorry about that, but it was some intro music he's got going on. But Tony Rago is coming on. Somebody was in here saying, I trade futures. Okay. You check out what Rago does. It's just an intraday trader all day, okay, long. He's trading futures in here, and he gets at minimum an hour live on here as well, but he's calling out trades all day. So again, I got the first batch of names kind of read off over there. We still have, it looks like about 21. There's 21 riskless spots left on here. Okay. So one of the first questions that people always ask me, what do you need to get started? Okay. I'm pretty emphatic about like, we have everything you need to get started. So, you know, do you even need a laptop? Not really. Like today, you can pretty much get away with any mobile device. Any mobile device is pretty good because you can see everything that we're doing. You can get the text messages. Like, you know, if you want to sit there and trade more actively, you can sit there in front of your screen all day long. But, you know, if you have like an iPad or something, that works too. I don't think you need the expensive iPad. The $300 iPad is just great. But point being, we have everything that you need to get started. The second one over here, this is not a membership. So at TheoTRADE, some people don't like gym memberships, right? Gym membership, you can never get out of it. Here, we do not auto renew, okay, or bill you again. So what happens specifically today is we charge you $397, okay? And you say, what if I want to do it again after that? If you want to do it again after that, it's $297, okay? But this is a phenomenal, okay, introduction into TheoTRADE. And again, we're giving you that full-blown mastermind with it. Number 3, we give you Theo Theta weekly updates. It's an update about Ultima trading. It's in 12 minutes. And by the way, I record those myself every Friday, and it's just a 12-minute video. It will never be longer than 12 minutes unless something like wild would have happened. It's a 12-minute video. It just goes into incredible depth about all the moves that we might make, right? So that's the video in a nutshell, 12 minutes. It'll say something like, I bought this back, I sold this, I moved my hedge. That's it. It's not very complicated in there. Excuse me. Number 4, we provide you access to TheoTRADE Mobile. Now, TheoTRADE Mobile is an app, okay? It's in the App Store, it's in the Play Store, it's in all of them, right? And TheoTRADE Mobile, okay, can be accessed from, again, any Android or Apple device, okay? It's fine. By the way, we test both here. So yes, I carry my little iPhone. Let me save you some money. The iPhone 15, it's the same as the iPhone 14. They just put a 15 on it, and they didn't even do that. Oh wait, it looks like it's titanium. Crazy. Okay, absolutely crazy. Anyway, can't wait for their earnings next week. I'm not bullish on it, I'll tell you that. Anyway, the TheoTRADE Mobile's got push notifications on it. So if you're overseas, like somebody said a moment ago, you're in Germany. If you're in Germany, you can't get US text messages. Well, not easily anyway. So we do text messaging, but we also do push notification. So when you're enrolling, add your cell phone number when enrolling to receive alerts via text message. But again, we also provide push notification. So I have it set up that I get both. And I got to tell you, I'm a little bit of a tech geek, okay? And people are always worried about missing text messages. Anybody worried about it? Here, okay, is a great excuse to get a wearable device, okay? The greatest device you could ever wear. It's unmistakable. It'll wake you up in the middle of the night, right? It actually taps on your wrist when there's a text message or a push notification. So I wear the Apple Watch. That's special. They have $200 Apple Watches now, but literally will tap you on the wrist. You'll never miss a push notification or a text message ever again. Number 6, you can email us anytime. Anytime you can email us. And by the way, I'm big about the email because there's no one else to talk to. And I'm serious about it. There's no one else to talk to in this business anymore. Who are you going to talk to? Okay. You can't call Charles Schwab. Okay. Chuck ain't answering the phone. It takes like an hour and a half for them to answer these days. Most of the places don't even answer the phone anymore. For $397, we give you unlimited email support. I think that that's critical. I think it's a big thing. And I put a lot of weight into that because I suggest email us. Look, there are eight full-time instructors, including myself. Okay. we sit here, we can answer, 1,000 emails a day with between 8 people easily. So, and then we have several support people behind that. Okay, traders. These are not like we don't hire like regular quote unquote administrative people. We don't have anybody, okay, working here at TheoTRADE that's quote unquote admin. If they don't trade, if they can't answer a trading question, what good are they? People that pick up the phone, even like Brian Aponte. Brian Aponte's a trader. That's how we actually found him. Okay, that's we found everybody. If they didn't come from thinkorswim and so forth, okay, they're traders, and that's so important to us. Everybody here through and through speaks the language and can answer your questions. Next batch of names is coming through here. So Adrian C from Hawaii, Dan H from APO, Armed Forces. Thank you for your service. I totally appreciate that. Scott W from Illinois. I'm going to butcher this next name. Kazimirius from K from Washington. Apologize if I just butchered your name. Okay. Rodney S from Illinois. Hopefully, by the way, I have nicknames for everybody. You're now officially Kaz. I like that. That's a good acronym. On the trading floors, everybody has 3-letter acronyms. Kaz is like that's actually a killer one. I don't know any Kaz's on the trading floor, but I like that one. Anyway, and again, I got Rodney S from Illinois. So we're down to about, and again, I'm watching a couple more people enroll. We're down to about 14 spots left on the riskless deal here. So email us anytime, receive a response within 24 hours. By the way, we always throw this in here, 24-hour thing. Do not email us on a Friday afternoon with 10 minutes to go to expiration. We trade, people. And I typically answer emails before the market or after the market closes, during the day sometimes, but I'm pretty active after the market closes. Late in the afternoon is when I answer my emails. All right. Variations of all the trades that we do can be done in an IRA. You can actually sell premium now in an IRA. The rules changed years ago. Very few of the brokerage firms do that. Okay, which brings me to my next point. We can help you get approved for options trading at several major brokers. Okay, as I said earlier, there are 30 riskless spots left. There's about 14 riskless spots left. Get results, take action, enroll for TheoTRADE now. There's no risk to you. Go to theotrade.com/SKU. I think I got the majority of the questions answered here. Let me just make sure we're good. All right, I want to make sure there's nothing else. Cool. Dan, you're good to go. I'm just looking through, making sure everybody's got their questions kind of answered along the way. Again, interesting day in the marketplace. For those of you that have enrolled, okay, fantastic. Speaking of enrollment, I just wanted to bring this up. The link to the expected move indicator, okay? The link to the expected move indicator is right down here, okay? Where's there? It's theotrade.com/SKU, theotrade.com/SKU. Right at the bottom of the page, the auto expected move indicator. Everybody that's enrolled has access to all the indicators that we ever used. Like we give you access to all the indicators, but I did want to make a special mention of that. Also, for those of you that have just enrolled, you can literally come into TheoTRADE, okay, and go to member chat room. You click on member chat room. We're live right now. Now, Tony Rago speaks a bit of a different language, but I think you'll really enjoy like the last hour of the day. Okay, look, he's actually doing setups right now. Shorts are 96 and 06. Okay, sell the 96 or the 06 from below. They're firing today in terms of trade. All right. By the way, Rodney was asking what option level must you be approved for? So we can help you with that because we work a lot with different brokerage firms. Like for instance, Tasty has no option approval. It's all or none. And it's phenomenal because the day you open up an account, you can come in here with like a $5,000 account and you can actually sell options and futures. Okay. And we walk you through that whole process. So we'll definitely take you in there. No problem whatsoever. Anyway, go to theotrade.com. Again, theotrade.com/SKU. Enroll now. I'm going to answer the remaining questions here, just in the off to the side. One more I just saw in here, Howard G from Virginia. Just saw your enrollment come through. Okay, there's a handful, just a handful of riskless spots left. Enroll now, TheoTRADE. And again, see you guys on the inside. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.